wondering why there's been a content drought, this right here is why. This is something that I was planning to build for quite a while. What it is a bed platform that has a pull-out kitchen drawer, so I have all of my kitchen supplies in here. And on top of that, this pulls out for my stove. So it's pretty much ideal for outdoor cooking situations like for tonight. I want to put a countertop on this that can actually lift up in sections, so I can access each cubby individually. We'll also have a nice cutting surface. Let me bring you in and I'll show you a little bit more detail. So as you can see, I have the Coleman stove here. It's a tight fit, and I'm waiting on a 90-degree elbow piece for the gas fittings, so I can actually have one of the smaller Coleman gas canisters back here. When the whole thing is level, it pretty much stays out, and of course when the lid from the stove is flipped up, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. So this is a more shallow section that for right now I just have a wash basin, cutting board, knife, and silverware in. And here I have a couple of propane canisters for the stove, some metal bowls and plates, lighters, coffee cup, can opener. Over here I have my French press for coffee, some disinfectant wipes, camp soap, Teflon coated pans. Not really a fan of these. I'll probably be getting rid of them at some point. And this is of course all the other utensils like spatulas and whatnot for cooking, and all the cast iron stuff. And that's the bed platform. So on this side of the truck bed I have this cabinet I've built. Not 100% happy with it, but basically it gives me counter space for cooking on the inside during rough weather if I need to, meal preparation. I have a lip on here, so if I need to like put anything to store on top, like a backpack or anything like that, it's not necessarily going to fall off or fly around. And then I have my EcoFlow under here, but I pretty much built this so I can sit up on that side. If I want, I can have my tablet on that side. This will work as a couch. Eventually I'm going to have a custom cushion built, so that way it'll be a little bit more comfortable and I don't have to use that weird wedge. This pulls out. It's a little sticky though. And I will have a lip on this side that this rests on. So the problem being, since I have a 5.5 foot bed, I'm 6 foot, so it's a little bit too short for me to sleep. Like I can lay on my side and kind of curl up a little bit, but the plan with this is it kind of gives me a little bit more diagonal space, so if I am feeling a little bit claustrophobic, I can just lay diagonally, and every little bit helps. But the primary reason why I built this is it will allow me to travel further distance for these videos without having to worry about accommodations. I could just pretty much camp anywhere. I could stealth camp in a Walmart parking lot. I could find a place off the side of a dirt road like I have here. In the instance of an abandoned location that feels safer, I could do that. I could stay there too. I've been rambling on for long enough, so let's get ready for making dinner. Unfortunately, it looks like it's probably going to be a little bit too overcast for a good sunset. The entire time I've been up here, nobody's driven up here. Like, on the way up to the Lauren station, there were a couple of people, but they were like way further down towards US Highway 95. So I doubt anybody is going to come up here. In fact, I probably would have been safe down at the Lauren station, but that place just, it gave me the creeps. I don't know what it was, but maybe it was just the ambiance of like hearing all the doors like squeaking and shaking in the wind, you know, making all that noise. There's a lot of racket down there that was kind of, so that could have been what it was, but looks like the bats are starting to come out. Now, from what I understand, of course, from like looking on Gaia GPS, there are actually several old mine claims up in this area. Some of them were, in terms of like mines with history, fairly recent. Some of them were operating in the early 90s. They may have been claims that were older claims that were being reworked by companies, but it might be worth coming back up here at some point to explore the area when, you know, there's going to be cooler weather. This area of southern Nevada overall has a pretty rich history with some silver and gold mining. So in early August, I'm planning on doing a road trip solo out to Denver. The main reason is there's some friends I'm going to be meeting up in Denver, at least in that area, and my goal is to camp along the way there and on the way back. I don't have any solid plans yet as to where I'm going to be staying, but I have a couple of ideas. In 2021, my wife and I we took our trailer out to Denver because I was going out there to a business convention, and along the way we stayed at this Fremont Indian State Park, which is in Utah, and I'm tempted to see if I can just get a spot there because the night skies there are just pristine. Like when we were there, like we got in late because we were driving all day, right? Set up the trailer, leveled it out and everything, and by the time we made dinner, you know, we were exhausted. But I went outside and I looked up and I was astounded. Like, I've been to some very dark sky locations. There was no light pollution. There's like no major cities within several hundred miles of that location. I laid on my back on the picnic table, just staring up for like 30 minutes, just watching the sky because it was just so beautiful. In terms of coming back, I'm not 100% sure. One of my wants is I would like to maybe go to Dinosaur National Monument, which is northern Colorado, eastern Utah, like kind of in that area. Definitely try to stay out here for a couple of hours just watching the stars, at least as much as I can with the clouds. And I do have my tablet, so I have entertainment. So if I start getting bitten by bugs or anything, I can just go in. I closed the back of my camper shell up just to make sure that there are no bugs that got in there. And I do have LTE signal out here, so I can watch YouTube or just stream a movie or something, and then I'll pass out. Alright, guys, so I'm turning in for the night and I'm just gonna watch some stuff on my tablet. It's 10 p.m. now, and it's actually a little bit earlier than I normally go to bed, but anytime I camp and you're out in the middle of nowhere and it's dark out, there's just something that it switches, and it makes you exhausted. But I've had a long day of driving and finding and exploring abandoned places. So I'll catch you guys in the morning, and I'll see you at breakfast. Oh, good morning. It's 5 a.m. and in summer, first light comes really early. I think I slept decently last night. I had to kick out my bed extension and sleep diagonally, but I did get sleep. I think probably my biggest complaint, though, is the sleeping pad is both too long and it's too thin. So I think probably my next project is to get the cushions for the bed platform made. At least with the 4-inch thick foam, I think. And part of the problem, because it's too long, I get this piece right here that just kind of sticks up and reduces how much headroom I have. And yeah, but I think that's a solvable problem. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna start working on making coffee, but it looks like it's probably shaping up to be a beautiful sunrise, so we may have missed out on the sunset, but I wanted to capture the sunrise. Overall, it was a very windy night, though. But it was comfortable. It wasn't too cold or too warm. didn't realize how hungry I was until I got up and started moving around. Yeah, these freeze-dried meals aren't perfect, but when it comes down to convenience, it's better than nothing, really. This one actually isn't too bad.